man who, during the election campaign, masqueraded as the workers' champion, and he hasn't got the guts to help those miners. He took £700 million out of the mine workers' pension scheme, and he's not given a penny back. No wonder they call him Dodgy Dave, the man that went to Eton, educated beyond his intelligence.
Is my honourable friend aware that in the 70s and in a lot of the 80s, we would have thanked our lucky stars in the coalfield areas to have got a growth of 1.75%. The only thing that was growing then were the lines of coke in front of Boy George and the rest of the
Order. This seems to be a trend with the Honourable Gentleman. He must withdraw that remark.
That was in the news.
Order. He must withdraw that remark.
No, I'm not withdrawing it.
Well, the Honourable Gentleman
must... It's true!
The Honourable Gentleman doesn't withdraw that remark. He must leave the chamber. I order the Honourable Gentleman to leave the chamber. Right, what's the next move? What's the next? Pardon? I'm forced now to name the Honourable Gentleman. I name Dennis Skin. He's withdrawing. He's taking my advice.
I said to my colleague, the Honourable Lady for Motherwell and Wishaw, that I wish the Leader of the Opposition would answer a question. It then prompted the Honourable Gentleman from Bolsover to turn around to me and call me a piece of shit. Mr. Speaker, he then went on to defend that, telling a journalist that he was just putting me in my place.
When she went into Bolsover a few years ago, at the time of the salmonella in egg crisis, she went into South Normanton Marketplace and met a woman there who said, "Hey you, are you Curry, the one about the salmonella?" She said, "Oh yes, are you going to vote Tory?" She says, "Look, I've got 6 of these eggs in my basket, and if you don't fling your hoop back to South Derbyshire, you'll have these on top of your head."
I came to Parliament 24 years ago as one of the very few on the Labour side that was anti-monarchist, and now it's becoming embarrassing. I've got so many friends outside who believe the same thing, so when we've got rid of them, I don't believe we should be cruel like Mrs Thatcher and throw them on the dole. I think we should provide them with work. I think that Di and Fergie should become marriage guidance counsellors. I believe the Queen could take a job at Royal Ascot, looking after the horses, because that's their real bent. And Prince Philip, he could be running a kebab shop in North London.
I'm sorry I didn't spot the Honourable Gentleman, the member for Bolsover, but he wants to shoehorn his question.
You look for your favourites.
I most certainly don't look for favourites, but I'm always happy to hear the Honourable Gentleman, and if he wants to speak now, he can. The Honourable Gentleman can always shoehorn in his concern on any question, and the Chair is accommodating of him. I hope his mood will improve as the day proceeds.
Mr. Dennis Skinner.
When the Secretary of State came into the chamber today, I don't know whether he realised it or not, but there's a smirk and arrogance about him that almost betrays the fact that he's delighted in taking part in this activity. He could start negotiations today, wipe that smirk off his face, get down to some serious negotiations. It's had to be done in the past, but instead he comes into here to try and blame the opposition for what's taking place.
I'm most grateful to the Prime Minister. Will she tell us whether she intends to continue her own personal fight against a single currency and an independent central bank when she leaves office?
No, she's going to be the governor.
On the present structure...
Order. The Prime Minister.
What a good idea.
be Prime Minister aware that in 1979 the cost to the taxpayer of running Downing Street was £1.25 million? Will she also confirm that 10 years later that cost had soared by more than 400% in those 10 years, which is a bigger percentage increase than any local authority in Britain, and that's not including the cost for the gates.
Mr. Dennis Skinner.
I've never been to this palace, so I don't know what I don't know what takes place. But the most bizarre thing for me, what on earth was the Queen doing confiding in kegs?
And make sure that the people of Bolsover are able to lay their complaints at the door where it really belongs, at this government and this little squirt of a minister.
Order, I'm asking the honourable gentleman. Order, I'm asking the House also to leave this matter to me. I'm asking the honourable member for Bolsover if he will withdraw the word that he's just used.
I know Erskine May a little bit. I know that it's not in. I know that it's not too long ago when somebody, my right honourable friend, referred to a Tory as a jerk. I am not prepared to withdraw because that's how I picture him.
Order. That being the case, I have no alternative but to ask the honourable gentleman for Bolsover to withdraw from the House for this day's sitting.
I didn't receive a proper answer then. Maybe Dodgy Dave will answer it now. And by the way...
Order. I must ask the honourable gentleman, order. I don't require any assistance from some junior minister. An absurd proposition. I invite the honourable gentleman to withdraw that adjective that he used a moment ago. He's perfectly capable of asking his question without using that word. It is up to him, but if he doesn't wish to withdraw it, I can't reasonably ask the Prime Minister to answer the question. All he has to do is withdraw that word and think of another. Sorry? I think he knows the word beginning with D and ending in Y that he inappropriately used.
Davy or Davy?
Withdraw.
I know what you're talking about.
Very simple. Withdraw.
This man has done more to divide this nation than anybody else. He's looked after his own pocket. I still refer to him as Dodgy Dave. Do what you like.
Order. I'm sorry. I must ask the honourable gentleman to withdraw the word. Very well. Under the power given to me by Standing Order number 43, I order the honourable member to withdraw immediately from the House for the remainder of this day's sitting.
He's used to this.
Very well. Offering him best wishes for his birthday on Sunday, I call Mr. Dennis Skinner.
Well, I didn't know about that. I don't celebrate things like that.
Of course I take a point of order from Mr. Dennis Skinner.
Well, as a bit of an expert on being thrown out,